Hey guys, I'm Mary Basmadjian, and I'm on an episode of Little Talks with Lila Hart. Is that what it's called?
It's small talk. That's so funny. Little talks.
I'll do it again.
No, that was so funny though. Flaky buttery biscuit.
Dude,
flaky buttery.
The whole time the wife was talking shit, and then it's her turn, and she can't fucking do it. I fucking died. Okay, small talks. Small talks. I'm so sorry.
Just small talk.
Small talk.
Yeah.
Small talk. Okay, small talk with Lila Hart.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey. Lila, do you love me? Yes, I do. I love everybody. As you can see on my show, Small Talk, we just spread all the love. If you haven't, you guys gotta check out my Kiki dance video because I'm just so cute.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you and I need you. And I'm down for you always, KB.
The cutest, okay? It's been a long 2 weeks. I've been gone. I've been in Canada, Calgary, Alberta for good old Stampede. Your girl was working Stampede for 2 weeks with my buddy Weemat, and let me just say, it was an adventure, you know? I was on stage in front of 5,000 people. It was very exhilarating, but I was in a miniature Dolly Parton outfit one night. Another night, I was miniature Meghan Markle.
Yeah!
Mini Meghan Markle and miniature Prince Harry.
I found a girl.
It's not quite stand-up, but at least I know the feeling of being on stage in front of that many people. I wanted to give a shout-out to Eskimoil. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's the one thing that works to keep my acne clear, so just wanted to do that really quick. I got it from the Philippines. My mom bought me a whole bunch of this stuff, and she was like, your face, just put this on, and it'll fix it. So, you know, I think it's working. My mom's usually correct about that kind of stuff. I'm super excited to be back here at the Channel 310 studios because Small Talk. You know, I know you guys look forward to these videos every Tuesday. I've got some loyal fans out there. Eric, stop coughing back there. So close to the dam. Like, what kind of director are you? Always stumbling on shit, coughing, making noise, answering phones. And the only thing he did right today was bring me my coffee. Thank you. Love you.
No problem. Love you.
Okay, you guys, I'm so excited for my guest today. You know, she's a hilarious, funny fucking comedian. I've known her probably for the last 3 years of my stand-up career, and every time I see her, she lights up my life. She makes me really happy. We've shared a couple of really extraordinary moments together, so we're going to be talking about that on here. She's also been on Blunts and Brunch and The High Tonight Show, so I will have the links to her 2 episodes on there. But let's give up for Mary Basmadjian! Yay! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being on Little Talk.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here.
Very excited
And
to
let's
be
cheers
here.
to our Starbucks. Cheers. This is not actually Starbucks. This is Stir Crazy. Stir Crazy down the street. I like going down there, but sometimes I forget the name is like Stir Crazy. So Eric will be like, you want to go to Stir Crazy? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Just call it Starbucks. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's everything is Starbucks. It's coffee.
Starbucks.
So anyways, how are you?
Good. Working on some stuff. That's what we're supposed to say, right?
Yeah, we're always working.
We're always working. Today's actually the last day of the sketch comedy show I've been part of for the month of July.
Is it like an improv group?
No, it's a sketch comedy, like, written out. The creator and director, who is Lori Tatulian, she was in Groundlings.
Okay.
And she was on the Sunday Company show, so she's, like, written a lot of awesome stuff. And this is my second or third year with them.
Oh my gosh. So you do a lot of sketch comedy videos yourself.
I do.
On Instagram.
Yes.
You have a very famous character that you play. Can you tell the audience a little about that? She's my favorite.
Her name is Vartush Tota.
Big Bear, oh my god, it's not dandruff, it's snow. Oh my god. Did you just sneeze? Huh? How many times I tell you to wear your socks? Stupid child. Ugh, Mom, wearing socks isn't gonna do anything. I told you. I said do not get sick, okay? The Illuminati made the flu even worse this year. I stopped eating bread after 6 for that dick. I go, Mom, challenge, come here. I want to show you another challenge. It's called the slipper to the face challenge. Aristele. I stopped eating bread after 6 for that dick. You're not going to stop eating bread for anybody's dick, huh? The challenge is not for the dick. The challenge is to keep the dick, to marry the dick, to have children with the dick, huh? You haven't done any of it. Hello? Hi. I saw your ad in the newspaper. You're hiring? Huh?
Yes, miss, that's right. We are hiring at 1-800-dominatrix.com. Are you interested in a position?
Yes, I'm interested, but I did not understand the description of the job exactly. What is it that you do?
Well, basically, we send you out to beat on people, and then you get paid for it.
Yeah, you pay me to hit people? Oh my goodness, that's perfect. What is the catch?
I guess the catch is you have to be half naked while doing it.
Ha! That's a bonus, not a catch. Okay, good. I start Monday. Also pay cash, yeah? IRS, chiste. Okay. Lyovjan, ashkhatanka.
Tota means Mrs. in Armenian. And Vartush is kind of like, it means rose. That's the name. So it's Vartush Tota.
Okay. Yeah. And you're Armenian.
Yes, I am.
Where'd you grow up?
I was actually born and raised in LA, huh? Whoa, before it was fucking congested. No, I was telling Eric earlier, I used to live on Bronson. I went to Cherimoya Elementary. And then in about 7th grade, I moved to Pasadena. So I'm an LA girl.
LA born and raised.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm from Seattle originally, but I've been in California 6 years, and I feel like I'm finally at that point where once you hit the 5-year mark in California, that means you're gonna stay.
Yes.
The first 5 years, you might not stay. You know what I mean? A lot of people come and go.
And I've seen that.
Oh, yes. I can only imagine. Yes. So how long have you been doing stand-up?
I don't want to say the time, but on and off, 8 years.
Okay.
On and off. And I say that because you've only been doing comedy for how long?
It's 3 years, almost
3
4 years.
Yeah. And you're like, amazing. I'm over here like, yeah, I think I have a show next month type shit, you know? Like.
But here's the thing, Mary, you produce your own show. Right.
I do.
You produce your own show every month at Flappers.
Yes, with Michael Passion and Mofsa Shakari.
Armenian All-Stars.
Yes.
And you've really built this amazing, like, a solid group fan base of loyal people who go to your shows. And here, as a comedian, I feel like all comedians, that's what we want. You want that loyal fan base, and you've really done that for yourself by creating this brand.
Thank you.
Which you do not ever, like... That is huge. That is very huge. You know, I've only doing comedy for 3 years, but when I first got on the scene, I was such a cocky little shit. Okay, like, I was so cocky. I mean, I'm still a little bit cocky now, but I've also, like, you know, I respect the hustle and the game of it and how long your comedy has grown and evolved, obviously, since you first started to where you are now, you know?
True.
There's a lot of lessons that you have to learn within stand-up.
True, and I feel like you do lose sight of that. I mean, I was listening to Chaz's show on the way here, and he, shout out to Chaz.
Hey.
And he said, like, I have a hard time taking, like, compliments or whatever. I'm, like, the same, in a weird way. I'm like, oh, but it's not that, because you're always, like, listening to that, like, voice. But you're absolutely right. Like, I started comedy when Instagram and Vine wasn't around.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was Facebook. So I, like, you know, I feel old now. But you're absolutely right. Instagram had such an impact on my comedy career.
No, Instagram has definitely changed the game of comedy, okay? Like, it's one of those things where not only do you have to have a presence in the comedy community, you have to have this presence online. Yeah. You know, and I feel like you've done such an excellent job of finding your niche and finding, you know, these characters that you can do that people find so hilarious.
Thank
you know,
you,
and that's really what a lot of people find difficult. Is everybody wants to do social media, everyone wants to be an influencer of sorts, but like they don't know what they're good at or what they should focus on. So like the fact that, because I remember when I went on your Instagram, I was like, oh my God, these are so funny. And like, not only are you making these videos, you're getting so much engagement. You know what I mean? Like, there's real people that are watching your stuff and that are looking forward to these videos that you make. They're so hilarious. So
she's done a lot of things over the years. And I feel like she herself, that character, has evolved as well. It's a weird thing.
Does that character, because sometimes I impersonate my mom, like, and I'll do her accent when I'm telling jokes, whatever. Is Bartu's, does she come from a family member, or is she a mix of family members or people from the culture?
Yeah, she's definitely a mix, and she's part of like the culture as well. There's certain things that she says that there's no way any of my family members would say, but I feel like that's needed so you can connect with the people more. And also this new thing I've been doing with her is using her like traditional Armenian voice, but inputting some new stuff, like she's not homophobic, like maybe an old-fashioned Armenian woman would be, you know what I mean?
And
like,
that's comedy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do, like to show like, hey, this character is like, you know, is cool with this and cool with that, to, I don't know, ease them a little bit, you know?
Ease them into, like, then that's so smart. That already shows your comedic genius. Oh, just even in that, because then you can ease people into thinking about new ideas, right? And it's also like, I liked how you said the thing about like homophobia. It's like you show people through a video this concept, and then through comedy you make them realize how ridiculous it is to have this judgment on somebody. You like, for when I take pictures next to parking meters, it's like, why am I doing that? I'm doing that to show people like this is ridiculous. You know, make fun of me for being small. Yeah. I'll show you. I'll hot next to this damn parking meter, okay? Yeah. So it's stuff like that's what I feel like it kind of reminds me of. So when I moved to LA, I never met like Jewish people or Armenian people. Now I'm dating a Jew, and and I have Armenian friends.
There you
go. So tell me about the Armenian culture.
Oh, where to start? I think it's really it's an interesting culture. Definitely, there is a way of like us keeping our tradition. A lot of us still speak Armenian, even though we're born and raised. Yes.
Oh my God.
I read and write it too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Girl, my grandpa would get pissed if we spoke English in the house. He would like get his cane up. He's like, "Astuni mech hayeren gchosis." Like, you have to speak Armenian in this house. It's that kind of degree.
Are you grateful to be able to speak two languages so fluently? I am half Filipino. I fluently understand Tagalog. I can watch movies. I can sing songs. When I'm in the Philippines, I can understand my relatives. And after about a month being there, I can speak it. But I can't speak it fluently. But my mom always would just have it in the house. I do have some half Filipino friends, other friends, who their parents never spoke it in the house. So they don't speak or understand it at all. And I'm just so grateful to be able to understand language. I wish I could speak it more fluently, but I just think that's so cool.
Thank you. I'm even grateful for all those weekends that my dad made me like sit down and learn how to write Armenian. Like, he would buy these little booklets from this Armenian bookstore in Glendale, and he would like, because I was visiting him on the weekends, I'm like, it's the fucking weekend, let me enjoy my weekend. But I'm even grateful for that, because I'm able to read articles and stuff, you know. I don't know, because that's what I read is articles. I don't read books.
What's the last book that you read?
Jesus Christ. Not the Bible. Hold on. You know, I read a lot of self-help books, unfortunately. The last one I read is, and this is going to give away so much about me, Will I Ever Be Good Enough for the Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers? So that's the last book I read. I know, right? That's just giving it away right there.
I actually have done a lot of research on narcissism and psychopaths and all this stuff because I was dating one, and then by the end of reading all this stuff, I was like, wait, maybe is this me? Is this?
That's very narcissistic.
Is this who I am? But then I'm like, well, I'm too empathetic to be actually a narcissist. Yeah. So I think, you know, with Instagram, we all have those narcissistic traits for sure. Totally. That I think, but for some people, it just explodes.
Well, that's just the last book I read, you know. Yeah. But
what got you into comedy? What was the journey that led you to the point where you're like, I'm gonna get on the microphone in front of hundreds of people I don't know, express my deepest insecurities, and turn this into a healing session for all of us?
Oh God. Let me see. In high school, I would always be talking about what happened to me and my friend on the bus, or like, you know, weird shit like that, right? So
Can I just say this? Why is that so relatable? What happened on the bus? Why is that so funny to me? Because it's like, not much happens on the bus, but when you're in high school and middle school, you can make that shit like, yo, this happened on the bus. And especially for a comedian storyteller, they're like, tell it again. Tell it again.
And I noticed, like, when I would go to like house parties and things like that, I noticed that a lot of times I was telling stories and it would just be a group of people just sitting and listening. And I was like, it got to me. I was like, oh, maybe I should do something like this. But I've always, like, when I went to Saturday school, Armenian Saturday school, I would, like, recite Armenian poems and things like that. So I really liked being on stage and I could really make them cry with my Armenian poems. It was, it's a gift. So I kind of thought about that. And then the first stand-up comedy show I went to at the Ice House, because I live in Pasadena, I was like, oh, maybe this is something that I think I might do. And then at the time, Bobby Oliver was giving classes out there. So when they gave the flyers, I saw like Stand Up Academy on the back. And I was like, I want to go try this. And I went and I did it. It was interesting and I liked it. And my first showcase, I was just like, this is what I am meant to do. I have to constantly be writing new shit. Because I do the show every month, and Armenians will tell you if you did a joke last month, and you'd be like, you did that last month. I was like, okay, bitch, do you understand that people use their shit for like years? But, you know, I'm always writing new stuff. I have to, kind of, but I do wish I could go back and like listen to some of the old stuff, maybe bring it back. And there are some jokes that have evolved. Like, I don't know if I should I'll say it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I do that joke about I've been single for so long, I get wet walking down the shower head aisle at Home Depot. And then, but now I add the tag of like my idea of a blind date is buying that shower head without looking at the price. So like that's something that I had for a minute and then I added that tag recently.
Right, and it's like, it's so cool how you can have like these jokes in your back pocket and then all of a sudden that perfect little tag just comes to you.
And like, that happens on stage most of the time.
Right.
That when you do a riffish, those are the best. That's why it's so important to record yourself and go back and listen, which I never do. Because I hate the sound of my own voice, but it's really important. I'm always recording.
One of my key jokes I say is that forget sex in the backseat, we could do it in the glove box. And a little tag that came to me on stage, I remember, was right next to your expired registration.
Yeah.
And it just killed. So I was like, oh, I'll keep that. So I love those moments on stage. A lot of my jokes have come to me, like, I'll be driving and I'll think of something. I'm like, oh, that shit's funny. I'm going to say that. And the first person I tell it to is my mom. I'll FaceTime my mom, like, Mom, you think this dick joke's funny?
Oh.
You know? And then she'll be like, oh, that's so funny. I'm like, yes, very good. You know?
Dude, I love your mom, dude. She's
Does my mom follow you on Instagram?
I think so.
I'm sure she does. She follows all my guests. Anybody that she knows is within my tight-knit circle, my mom is watching. She
That's
watches
amazing. No, but you know what? That is so awesome. Like, that is a way to, like, there's helicopter parents that, like, try to suffocate their kids, but you're doing what you want to do, but she's still able to keep tabs on you to make sure you're safe and who you're chilling with or whatever. I love that. That's having genuine interest in your child that I feel like a lot of parents might be lacking these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's so awesome. I would love, like, and like you said, she comments back. She likes their comments and things like that.
Wait, you know how when I said earlier, I was like, shout out to Dennis. Is
Yeah.
this man who lives in the middle of the United States somewhere? I don't know, but he's been following me my entire comedy career. He has a family, but he always comments. He's like, "You're so beautiful. Your legs look amazing." Like anything, like just really like funny stuff like that. And doesn't matter how like what he writes. My mom always writes back, "Thank you, Dennis. Thank you for supporting my daughter."
Yes.
You know, and it's like, I'm pretty sure my mom follows some of like my big fans too on Instagram. Like she follows them, so and people are starting to notice her on Instagram. They're like, "Oh, hi, Lila's mom." So
yeah, good.
I feel very lucky, but you know, I was thinking about this in the shower. I was like, "Yo, I've got spina bifida, so it was one thing. God could give me a good mom. You know what I mean? Like I'm already fucked in other areas, so give me some guidance up in this bitch."
Exactly.
So, you got into comedy because you're a natural born storyteller, right? And how does your family feel about your stand-up?
I actually, my dad has never seen my stand-up. Yeah, no. He saw me for the first time on stage a couple weeks ago for the sketch comedy. But he's heard some of the jokes I do because it's on YouTube. My uncle, his brother, which I love and he supports me, him and his wife have been to the show. I think they're the only family members besides the younger cousins and stuff. They're cool with it. I think they like it. I think my uncle was a little shocked the first time that he came out, but he's really awesome. And they like it, and I think after, because a couple years ago I was on an Armenian sitcom on the Armenian channel.
Oh, that's
and
so cool.
Yeah. It's on. But I feel like that needed to happen for my dad to like click, oh, my daughter is an entertainer, you know? And I think he's more receptive to my comedy choice now because, is that how you say receptive? Yeah. Because I did that and like people know me in the community and it gets back to him, you know?
Well, comedy needs you, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
No, comedy really needs you. You know,
okay.
I just have to share this. She was on the High Tonight Show, and I watched her stand up on there. I was in tears.
Oh, thank you.
I was in tears. You are so fucking funny, and some of your jokes are just so brilliantly written. Like you had this one bit where you talked about you ever want to clone yourself and raise yourself right.
Yes.
I mean, the way that you said, I don't want to give it away, but the way that you set up the joke and said that, I was just like, oh my god, that's so smart. Clone yourself and raise yourself right, and you say your punchline, but it was just like, oh my god, how did she come up with that, you know? So it's like, I feel very lucky that in this comedy community I get to meet people like you, and I feel like I have like this like home of people, you know? And it's like when I go to the Comedy Store and I see you, it's just like, oh, there's Mary, you know? And it's like
same.
And so many people in the community like respect you because you're funny. You're really fucking funny.
You.
And we just have to talk about the one time we had an amazing experience together, y'all.
Yes,
it was oh my god, it was so cool.
It was, I remember.
Okay, please tell him the story.
It was Arthur Hamilton from Blunts and Brunch's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Back
then.
It was Crack 'em Up Thursday, and he did the show, so his mom, everybody, we were there. And then it was like around, I want to say 2:30ish, when like the entire fucking store is cleared out. We're walking out, whatever. And then me and you we were in the patio. We're talking about greatness. We're talking about how we are just like destined for like some crazy shit that's about to pop.
We just gotta keep going.
Okay, yes.
And never give up.
He's giving this like inspirational.
And you can be on small talk because we're here right now. We're inspiring each other.
Yeah. Dude, like just some real shit. And then out of nowhere, fucking Dave Chappelle comes out, and we're like, what the fuck?
He comes right up to us.
Yeah.
Right up to us. Embraces us, hugs us.
I was like, thank you.
It was so cool. He hugged us and then disappeared into his car. I mean,
Dude,
ballet.
It was fucking magic. Like, I've never, like, Dave Chappelle hugged me, bro. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
It was so cool. And especially, like, in that moment because of, like, where we were at the Comedy Store talking about the struggle of stand-up, but, like, not giving up because, you're so great and just got to keep going. And then the greatest comedian of all time that's alive right now walks out and hugs us. I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing this.
Yes. And, I think he knew you. Like, he came up to you, girl. Like, you the one, like, I think everybody fucking knows Lila, girl. Like, oh my God.
Thanks.
Dude, I'm serious. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It was awesome, dude. Everybody fucking knows you. Because she poppin'. That's why they know her.
Sometimes I like to pretend like that I'm the mayor of the Comedy Store. I'm like walking out, I'm the mayor.
That's the mayor.
I'm the mayor to talk to people. But, I'm grateful for social media, which is, obviously, like, I feel like it's helped my comedy career, but it's, like, what you do with it and what, use it. I think it's so interesting that you came in right before there was, like, comedy, and then the fact that you were able to, like, okay, now I realize Instagram and Facebook and all this is popping. What am I going to do to change my route to, get on that, too? And you did it.
I would love to take credit that I did it, like, knowingly. It was just one of those things that I was like, you know what, I want to do, like, this funny thing, but I didn't think it was gonna do it. Like, I didn't think I was gonna have the following I have or anything like that. It's just something that was real inside of me. Like, one of my very first video was, and it's such a bad quality, it's so shitty, oh my God, but my very first video was my mom, which is just me with glasses on, saying, like, don't eat bread after 6, because that's what Armenian moms tell fat girls or whatever, like, don't eat bread after 6, or any fat person, and, like, or you're eating bread again, put it down. And then the third one was, no one's gonna marry you like that, right? Like, and that's something that they say. That video, and I wasn't used to, just took off to no, like, it was, I was so surprised by the reaction because so many people were tagging people. Oh my God. Da, da, da. I even have screenshots of, like, the little orange, like, how you see the thing. Oh my God. I have screenshots of that shit around that time when it was, like, crazy popping. And I was like, what's going on? But it was awesome. I don't know. I like that shit. But yeah. Because people relate to that, that's what they do.
And I think that's, like I said, comedy needs you because you are talking about things that are so relatable that maybe people are, like, afraid to say or don't know how to put in, like, such a creative, comedic way that you have the gift to do.
Thank you. Like, I appreciate it.
You have to keep doing this.
I do.
You're representing, like, a lot of people who, like, because this has happened to you, like, you'll be in, like, in an Uber or whatever, you meet somebody like, oh yeah, I really wish I could do stand-up, or I'd love to do stand-up, or it's like, but it's like to actually get on stage and have the guts to do it is a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
And girl, we're in this for a lifetime, so the years don't really matter. And this is the thing I'm excited about a comedy too. It's like, I'm pretty cute right now, but it's like when I'm old as fuck, like, I'll still be funny.
Right?
And it'll be funnier. When I'm old, up there in my sparkly ass dress, old and wrinkly, it's still gonna be funny. In fact, it'll be funnier.
I don't know about old and wrinkly because I don't think you're ever gonna get old and wrinkly.
Because I've been moisturized.
Yeah. But I will say this, and this is no shade at all. This is just my observation. Felicia Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
She's been doing comedy forever, and she actually has a podcast with Jessica Wellington. But Felicia Michaels, she posted this picture, like a TBT picture of, like, when she was younger and her on her stage, and I was like, oh my God. And then seeing her now, she's absolutely beautiful woman, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is what you want to, like, see. Yes. And be like, okay, this is what I'm in for. Like, she was hot back then, she's hot now, she's doing the damn thing. Like, it was awesome thing to see. And you're right, we're in this for the long haul.
We're in this for the long haul, and I think it's like, that's another thing I need to work on too. Is like, it's not really about like how many years have you been doing. It's like, what are you doing right now? What have you been working on? How are you improving your comedy now? And I'm just so grateful that we've had you on so many of the shows at the on the network, and everybody at Channel 301 just like loves you. Thinks you're so freaking funny. I have I don't know how to segue into this, but when I was watching your interview on the High Tonight show, you talked about going to Armenia because you were gonna get married, but you was like tricked to go out there, and then you stayed out there. I need to know more details because you just skipped right past it. I need to know what happened.
Other people don't just get tricked into getting married in foreign countries. Well, what happened? It was 2007. Yeah, 2007. I had so my mom bought a ticket for me for Armenia and was like, "Hey, my friend is going. You should go with her." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." She's like, "Go have fun, chill, whatever. You know, if you meet any cute guys, whatever." I'm like, "Okay." So, but when I got there, see what happened
How long was the flight?
So there's couple of ways of actually getting there. I went through Moscow, so from Los Angeles to Moscow, it was about 14 to 15 hours.
Okay.
And then from Moscow to Armenia is about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like when I got there, the lady that I was traveling with, really nice lady, she her cousin was there, and I guess, you know, shit was talked about, like me, like meeting the cousin, if I like him, to get engaged, this, that. And I called my mom like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like, she's like, "Oh, you know, see if you like him, you know." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm here for 3 months. What the fuck you want me to know in 3 months, bitch? Like, are you serious?"
Okay, so you didn't. She just said go there, have fun for 3 months.
Yeah.
Or you didn't know it was 3 months.
I knew it was 3 months. I just didn't know that it was, you know, gonna end in engagement. You know.
So what happened?
I hung out with him all the time. He was a really nice guy. He was from the rural area of Armenia. But he was really nice, really cool. The family was really nice. It's just, you know, 3 months is not enough to know if you want to obviously be with someone for the rest of your life, I think. It was like summer love in Armenia. That's what I like to call it. Yeah. But then, like, I got here and I realized I should not do this. I got engaged out there.
Oh, so you went with it. You were like,
oh. I mean, I did. I got, so after, like, end of the 3 month, I got engaged. And the entire engagement cost like $500 out there with like food and everything, dress, hair, everything, girl. So I did all that. You were living
a whole nother life out there.
Yeah, for 3 months, and that was my first and only time I've traveled outside of the country. Yes. I don't even.
It was like Princess Bride, but just not.
Girl, we were in a village. There was no princesses. Okay, like there was a fucking rooster. I almost got kicked by a fucking cow, and it was like, what the fuck, you know? But he had running water, so that was good. No, he was cool and everything. We did the engagement. Everybody was there, blah blah blah. And then I came home and I was like, nah. I can't do this, you know, but it is, you know, it's one of those experiences. I enjoyed it when it was happening, but I had a lot of trouble telling him no over the phone. I was like, sorry, but then I heard he got married like 2 years later to some other chick.
Good.
Yeah, and then some domestic violence issues.
Okay, yeah. So I'm glad we dodged that bullet. But thank God for the story. You know what I mean? Like
there
there's a lot
and
of
as
comedy.
A comic, like exactly, that's what you want.
Girl, so I was thinking about this in the shower. I was like, sometimes do I deliberately sabotage myself because I know that this will be funny anyways?
Right?
I'm like, do I go with some bullshit sometimes because I'm like, it's okay if this fails because I'll make it funny. Let me do this crazy
And it's the
shit.
same thing like when people are like, if I'm not depressed anymore, I'm not going to be funny. And I sometimes feel that way because I'm like, what if I'm like really happy and not funny? I don't want that. Fuck it. I'd rather be depressed than funny.
Well, you know, it's like, it's life. It's the ebbs and the flows.
Totally.
Of life, but... God, thank God for comedy.
Yes.
You know? Okay, so I like to do this segment. This is my next segment. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing I do on the show.
Okay.
You're going to look into the camera and you're going to send a message to yourself.
Oh my God.
That's for you for 5 to 10 years from now. Whatever you want. And you talk to yourself, anything you like to say. And I'll tell you how I came up with this idea.
Okay.
So, before I started doing comedy, or the day that I decided to do comedy, I was in the shower. And I had my towel in my hair, and I got out of the shower. I was like, I'm a comedian. I turned on my laptop, I pressed the record button. I'm like, I'm gonna do stand up on this day, and then I did stand up in my bedroom. That was the first time I did it. Was to the camera.
That's awesome.
So I just thought that was funny, and I love that idea of talking to yourself and.
I want to say some really high expectations.
Hell yeah!
But then what if I don't meet that in 5 years? I'm gonna look so dumb.
No, girl. I used to say I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 25. Bitch, I'm 27, so I didn't even have a million followers, so I don't know what the fuck that was about. But I was living a millionaire type of lifestyle because I was on yachts and shit. So I don't know. Maybe the universe still kind of figured out. But just say whatever you want. And for me, I'll say in 5 years, girl, you better be on your own talk show and with an upgraded couch. Hell yeah.
That's awesome. 5 years, it'll be 2023.
Yes.
2023, the year that you win an Oscar. No, just keep doing what you're doing. You should do more shows, bitch. Do more shows, do more open mics, okay? Stick to it, grind, hustle. And you know what? You might have won an Oscar by now, okay? You might be a millionaire on the hill in that mansion of yours, okay? With your boy toy. Huh? Get it? Hey, shit. Bitch, you better have that shit in 5 years, okay? I don't know.
Yes, you will.
You never know, but just, keep hustling. That's what you got to do. I mean, I do those videos, the hustling videos, and then it started out as a joke where I was kind of poking fun at the people that are like, I'm out here hustling, I'm like, relax, it's a 9 to 5. But, and then it turned into something real. I'm like, shit, I should be hustling. I'm out here hustling at the coffee shop, like, writing jokes and shit. That's part of it. And you gotta get hyped up and shit. I listened to, I don't know which show it was, you talk about this little dance you do before you go up.
Yes.
And that shit hypes you up, right?
I do. People be like, why is she dancing like that? I'd be doing that dancing. Oh, speaking of which, so I did a Kiki challenge video, right? You know the
yes,
Kiki in my feelings challenge.
Yes.
This happened this morning, and it has like 15,000 views. So I was like, this is dope. I'm not a dancer, so it was great. But somebody wrote, what's wrong with her body? And I love Instagram because I wrote, I have hashtag spina bifida, hashtag scoliosis. Because you know what? You can look damn stupid when you click on hashtag spina bifida and you see all these beautiful babies and children trying to learn how to walk, and you over here talking shit about my body. But anyways, I love Instagram because you can just tell people, you look stupid,
Yes.
I'm gonna hashtag this shit. Hashtag babies in wheelchairs. Like, hashtag you gonna learn today.
Girl, social media be hyping some of these fucking keyboard gangsters up. I swear to God. You ain't shit, motherfucker. You still live at your mama's house, bitch, on your fucking desktop, Windows 98, bitch. Do they make those anymore? I don't know. I just feel like it hypes people up, doesn't it? They're behind the fucking keyboard and all of a sudden...
Well, it's not only that, is I think a lot of times on social media too, people will highlight the negative rather than showcasing the love that they receive.
Yeah.
Especially on Instagram stories, we'll be like, look at what this mean person wrote to me, and screenshot and share that. It's like, why don't you screenshot all the love that you get on this post? Why don't you screenshot all the nice things people are saying to you?
I'm actually guilty of that. I have done that. Listen, I've done that, and you're absolutely right. You need to focus on the positive shit, and it's
because that shit will drive you nuts.
But look, the way the human brain is like we focus on that one. I could have 100 positive shit and then one negative, and I'm focusing on the negative.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Well,
it's crazy.
I have my big wake up call is I was on Michael Blackson's Instagram. He posted.
What's up? Say hi to them.
I'm Lila. Hi.
And you know his fans are, they could be ruthless
brutal.
motherfuckers. They could be mean as hell.
Yeah.
They comment on my picture and they said, damn, her legs look like chopsticks. I was devastated. But I was like, I got these chopsticks, but so in between is shrimp fried rice, and I realized that. And that would not have happened had those haters not said my legs look like chopsticks on Michael Blackson's post. Okay,
that's fucking dope, girl.
Gotta focus on the love and the good stuff we're getting. Because we're out here.
We got to
doing good shit for people.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
on
you
my
for
show.
having me. You're the best.
You talk really quick about Sir Sarkisian, the president that just got. I'm actually like really interested, and it'd be really cool to like educate our viewers really quick.
Yes.
Okay,
so
sure.
I just want like an insider's perspective on it, because I just know what I've read. And I know you're like really passionate about it.
I am. Yeah, sure.
Tell us about it.
So Armenia, for about 2 terms, had a president named Serge Sarkisian. He was president, and then at the last year of his term, he changed it so that it would be like a prime minister type of country. I don't know what that word is, but so he appointed himself prime minister, which secures him for like almost dictatorship, I want to say, status. A lot of people in Armenia were not having it. They were like, fuck this shit. They started a revolution. It was called Velvet Revolution because there was no violence. It was with singing, dancing, like people all in the streets of Armenia, dude. Everybody, all the businesses were closed. Everybody was in. The only people not protesting were the people working for him that couldn't protest, okay? That's some shit right there. And the person that led that revolution is Nikol Pashinyan, who is now the prime minister of Armenia. Boo boo. Don't, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how it is, though. I gotta look it up. He's prime minister. Yeah, he's prime minister. No, but like they put him in power. But it did take a minute first, like with the government. It's just it's a lot of oligarchy and a lot of shit that's not how you would imagine it to be for a government. And after him taking office, we discovered a lot of dirty shit that was going on behind the scenes, like even more. But I think leading up to this, there was a lot of like mini protests towards certain things. I believe like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, there was a protest called Electric Yerevan. They were trying to put up, they were trying to raise the prices of electricity, which we get from Russia. Let me just take a sip. They were trying to raise the prices. There was a protest for that, which I went and did the protest for that.
So
in
you
Glendale.
marched.
Oh yes, yes.
Did you have a sign?
I did actually, and I have a picture of it.
Okay, send
yes,
that to me.
I will, girl. That was a couple of years. It was Electric Yerevan, so we protested in front of the Armenian consulate in Glendale. And then I go to the April 24. Well, recently I haven't been, but like April 24th stuff as well. That's the genocide protest. In case I'm sure a lot of people in LA know by now. But that's what happened in Armenia recently. People, literally, the citizens were not having it. They were upset. And, Serge Sarkisian stepped down and Nikol Pashinyan took over. And he's the prime minister and there's a president as well. I'm drawing a blank on his name. But good shit is going to come. And I'm really proud of my people and excited. And that's why a lot of people are in Armenia this summer. They are enjoying that freedom. Oh.
Hey! We love the freedom.
Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Pink Armenia, which is the LGBTQ community in Armenia. It's a program in Armenia, and they help the LGBTQ community. That's what's up. Hey.
And we'll put their link below.
Yes! Also, Equality Armenian Gallus. That's in LA. Sorry, I just got to shout out.
And see, this is why you understand the language. You can read all the articles. Girl, you stay up to date, and you know what's going on with your community and your culture.
I try. That's what's up. Thank you.
It's important to have that passion, to care about the people. And go freedom.
Yes.
I'm all about that. Be free.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're on.
Thank you.